No, right after that.
They did
the Nochash? Yeah, we did the minor. More did the Kamana. Yeah. Page 850. Last three lines. Okay, Yomer b'sefer Malchumas Hashem. You got it?
Yeah.
Page 850, last three lines.
Yeah.
So it's at the end of Parshas Chukas, in the Aliyah of Shishi. Chaf Aleph, Posuk Yudalet. Okay, Yomer b'sefer Malchumas Hashem. Es vohev b'sufa, ve'es anachol amarnei. Ve'eshed anachol asher noto l'sheves or ve'nishan l'gvul moyev. Turn the page. Umisham be'era hi ha'be'era asher amar Hashem l'moysev esav v'somet nalamoyim. Oz yasher Yisrael es asher azez ali be'ed enu lo ali be'ed enu lo. Be'er chafu v'sorim karu nadi ve'yam b'machoik mishanoysev v'midbar matan nachlil bometz. Bometz hagai asher bezdei moyev roish ha'pizga v'nishkafa al pnei ha'yishimai. So these psukim are sort of an enigma. What is this? What are we talking about? The Gemara says that this is one of the seven places, one of the seven wonders, one of the seven places that in a Yid goes to, he has to make a brocha on the nest.
We learned this in Wochs.
We learned this Gemara brochas, right in the beginning of the last Pedic of Aroya, the Pedic Aroya. So Rashi, let's learn Rashi. From Posuk Yudalet, which is the second column here. Yudalet, Posuk Yudalet. Al Ken Yomer, Al Chaniya Zuv and Nisim Shenasabah. This time when they rested and they camped, the miracles that happened there. So based on this, Yomar, B'Sefer Malchumas Hashem, K'Shemesaprin Nisim Shenasabah, when they will tell the stories that happened to our forefathers, Yisapra, they will say that what? They will tell a story as Vohev, Kamoy, Es Yahev, Kamashema Min Yohav, Vohav, Ayud Yisoidu, Klemet, Es Asher Yohav Lahem, Vehir Ben Nisim B'Yam. So he gave them, Vohev and Maloshin, he gave them these miracles. Ves Anacholam Arnein, Kishem Shemesapne, Benisei, Yamsov Kachir Shlasapa, Benisei Nachal, Arnein, Shavkan Nasu, Nisim Gedoilim. Just like when they will tell the stories of Kriyas Yamsov, it's going to be wow, that's so big. When they will tell the story of the miracle of Nachal Arnoin, and every Yid will say, wow, that was so big. As a Yohev Besufa, just like Sufa, Yamsuf, when they will tell the story of the miracles of Yamsuf, every Yid will say, wow. The same thing, Yohev, the Eibishter was put forth another miracle that should be equal to the Yamsuf miracle.
We know what that is now.
Oh, so what is the miracle? What is that special miracle? Eshad Anacholim. Targum shel Shefach Eshad. Shefach Anacholim. Shenishpach Shem Dam. Eshad Anacholim means that there was a big spill of blood. Whose blood got spilled? Dam Amiroyim Shahoyin Echbayim Sham. The blood of the Goyim, the Amoraim that were hiding there. Page 850. The mountains are very high. The Nachal Omok, and the Nachal was very deep. The Kotzer, and it was also very narrow. The Ahorim Smuchim Zelazan, there were mountains that were close on both sides. They were so close that all the moment Allahar Mizeh Amadabarim Chavede Bahar Mizeh. A man could stand on one mountain, his friend is in the other mountain. Right, because the gap was narrow. The gap was very narrow. So there were two like mountains very tall, but the gap was very narrow, so you could talk to your friend on the other side, on the other mountain. The road went through in the Nachal. Omra Amiroim, the Goyim, the Amiroim said, when the Jews will get into the river, Lavar Leretz, and they go into Eretz Yisrael. Neitzam and Amor Shabahodim, we will go out of the caves. Shalamayla Mehem, which is in the height and higher than them, in the Hargim, we will kill them. Bechitzim, with spears, with arrows, Avne Blistroes, and these rocks. Vayoisen, but that was the plan of the Goyim. So the road, Rashi is describing at length the road to show you that there was no escape. The mountains were very tall, and the road was very narrow. So if they would, page 850, second column at Rashi. So if the Amiram would be hard, tall enough, there's nothing they could do. The Yidden can't go right, left, center. There's nowhere they could go, and that's the way they would get them. Vayoisen and Akoyim behar shel tzad moyav, u behar shel tzad amiroim. There were holes in one side, and there was also rocks sticking out on the other side. Behar shel tzad amiroim hoy kenegdem oisen Akoyim kimin koronas v'shabdayim bolten l'chutz. It was as if they were. For every hole on one side, there was a rock sticking out on the other side. When the Yidden came to go on the road, the mountain of Eretz Yisrael moved. Like a shivcha which is going out to say Shalom Aleichem to her Balabasta, to her master. And it got close to the mountain of Moed. Because the mountains that were on the side of Moedi, they were really going to become Eretz Yisrael. The mountains on the side of Moed, the Abisha said, Al Tatzurim as Moed, not allowed to take the land of Moed. So the side of Amoidi is called already Eretz Yisrael because soon it's going to be Eretz Yisrael. So there is the Shivcha and the Gvirta. Probably Eretz Yisrael is called the Gvirta. She is the Balabasta. And then there is the servant, which is Moav, and the mountains move towards each other. So that when the rocks hit each other, and the rocks, so there was no place to escape, because for every place that there was a crevice, there was a rock sticking out the other side. They all got crushed and killed. That's the pshat in the pasuk. Shahar nota mim koimoy, that the har moved from its place, v'niskarav l'tzad moyev, and it came to close to the side of Moav, v'nidbak boy, and it glued into him. V'zeu v'nishan l'gvul Moav. So what happened? V'avru Yisrael, the Eden went by, Alahorim, on top of the mountains. V'layodu anisa ma'ela. They never knew about the miracles. Ela yidei be'er, shenichnas l'sham, only through the be'er that went in. Because the pasuk continues, next pasuk, turn the page, Misham be'eda. Misham boha eshet ela be'er. The eshet, the pouring of the blood, came into the air. Keitzad. Oh, my HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Eibusha says, Mi medila bonim nisim alolu, who will tell my children these nisim? Hamoshel oimer, nasata pas latinika dilim. There's a moshel that says, if you give bread to a child, you have to tell the mother. Lachasha ovru, after they went, and they passed the mountains. Chozru haram l'mkoyma, the mountains came back to its place. V'abe'er yord l'techa nachal, the be'er went into the nachal. V'helsa misham, and it brought up Dama arugim, the blood of those that were killed, v'zeroes, and their arms, v'evorim, and their limbs. Malichosan, and it brought it saviv hamachana, so like the river went all around the machana, and they could see the blood, and the arms, and the limbs. V'yisrael rov amru shira, they said shira. Ali be'er metoch ha'nachal, v'ha'alimat sha'at mala. You picked up what you picked up, which is the blood and the limbs. Menai and shabeir dilahem shenemar misham be'eda misham oisa. I mean, today's when the Be'er Minium started. It's already there 40 years. Hello, shayor de lafarsim esanes. And that's a nisim. It came down into the nachal to bring up the Adam Marugim in order to be the part of the nisim. Okay. אז יש ישרול השיר הזה, נאמר בספר בוים, ובין נתלה מתחיל סרבוים, מרול לקוסם כאן, אלא עניין זה נדרש למעלה, as we explained before, because now there was a special story that they said Shita for the special story.
So actually the two mountains became one mountain.
Yeah.
Actually. We know what that place is.
So we don't know exactly where it is. If we know exactly where it is, this is one of the 7 places that if he goes there, he has to make a brocha, like we learned in the Gemara in the beginning of Horoya, the last Pedic in the Bob Brochas.
It's interesting, one nest that he went together, and then another nest that he went separate again.
So the emes is the Mocker of Rashi.
The Jew went above the one.
Right.
They didn't even know that.
The Gemara says that the Oren Kodesh went and therefore it straightened out the mountains. There was no mountain.
They didn't even know that.
They knew nothing. There was not even a mountain there.
Right.
Because the Oren straightened everything out. But there's variations, small variations between, not small, many variations between Rashi and the 3 Midrashim. This is in the Gemara Brochas, in the beginning of Roya, which we learned. The second is in the Medrash Rabbah, and the third is in Medrash Tanchuma. And these 3 Medrash Chazal, I actually put it together, and my printer's broken now, so I couldn't wait to, but maybe tomorrow I'll bring it. You see that the Medrash has many differences than Rashi. One for so according to the Medrashim, signed the Tanchuma, signed the Medrash Rabbah, there is 2 miracles that happened. One miracle is that there was a lot of Amoraim that were in the caves and the mountains crushed them. And the second miracle was
the blood went downstairs.
That was one. And the other one is that there were those that were hiding in the bottom. And the Be'er, medium, there was, we usually say it's 3 feet high.
Right.
Couldn't be very high because this was a road. People walk there. They pick up their shoes, their pants, and they walk in it.
Small river.
Yeah. All of a sudden, because the Be'er Sheminian went in, the water immediately shot up and it was mamish like Kriyas Yamsuf, just like by Kriyas Yamsuf. All of a sudden, the Yabasha turned into Yam. So same thing here. All of a sudden, this Nachal, which was usually a few inches or a few feet, went very high, and they all drowned, just like in Kriyas Yamsuf, mamish like in Kriyas Yamsuf. And Rashi, however, only has 1 miracle. Okay. So before we go weiter, there's many differences.
The mountain went one into the other.
And as we said many times, the Rebbe's big thing in Rashi is that the Rashi is Goddess Amiyashev is Divrei HaMikra. Rashi is not concerned with quoting a Medrash Kilshoina, Kiksova. It's not that Rashi misquotes a Medrash. That Rashi is using a Medrash sometimes, but only as much as it's Miyashiv the Mikra. If it's not Miyashiv the Mikra, he doesn't bring that Medrash, or he will even be Meshana from the Medrash, in order it should be Miyashiv in Pshuta Shel Mikra.
The Medrash, what's closest to the Pshat.
Right.
I mean, you could say that.
Right. What's closer to Pshat. Now here, you might say, Pshat, who says there were 2 miracles? Maybe there was only 1 miracle. The emphasis is that shver to say that because, according to Rashi, that's a Pshat Vesvoev the Sufa. That the Eibishter made that the miracles of Yamsuf were just the same like the miracles of Nachalei Arnon. So if you want to say that they're the same like Yamsuf, the easiest way to say is like the Medrash, that they all drown in the Be'er. If you want to say Vohev Besufa, the Gemara Taka says Vohev Besufa means a different thing. There were 2 gentlemen. One name was Mr. S, and the other one name was Mr. Vohev. And they were walking Besufa because they were 2 Ambatzaroyim. They were not allowed to be in the Machana. So they were walking the back, and they saw the blood, and they bought him. But Rashi doesn't learn that way. Rashi learns that there was a special miracle that the Be'er came around all Machane Yisrael. Right. So the Yidden didn't need Mr. S and Mr. Vohev. Without Mr. S and without Mr. Vohev, they saw it, right? And according to Rashi, Vohev Besufa doesn't mean Mr. Vohev and Mr. S. It means Yahev Besufa. That the Eibishter made the miracles of Nachalei Arnon and Mamash the Zalba like the miracles.
So the Jewish people saw the same thing.
So why don't you say that there was the Zalba like Kriyas Yamsuf? And would be better also, because according to the Medrash, when they said Oz Yoshir Ali Be'er, so the miracle was through the Be'er. The Be'er went and drowned them. According to Rashi, the Be'er didn't go and drown them. The Be'er only brought the blood and the Evarim so they could see. It was Moidia only. So why don't you say like the Medrash? The Medrash would be great because that's Pshutoi. They said Ashira to the Be'er because the Be'er is the one that drowned them. So it's great.
Or reveal the nest.
So Rashi says no. It didn't, that the Be'er didn't drown them. It just revealed the nest. So why Taka can't Rashi learn this way like the Medrash? That was two miracles. One was that the mountains crushed them, and the other one is that the Be'er drowned them. So the answer is because this wouldn't go into the words in Pshuta Shel Mikra. Because if you look at the pasuk says it was one miracle. It says Eshed HaNecholim Asher Nota L'Sheves Ar V'Nishan L'Gvul Moav. There is two things, but they all Asher means it's connected. Eshed HaNecholim means the liquid of the Necholim. Asher, which came from something that happened. What happened? Nota L'Sheves Ar V'Nishan L'Gvul Moav. That there was nota means it was noite, it moved from the place of Or. It was nishan, it leaned l'gvul Moav. Or is the place of a moedi. Right.
To the Moab.
Instead of sitting in the place of Or, it was nishan l'gvul Moav. But Rashi says in the Pshuta, if you read the words Eshed HaNecholim Asher, it came from there. According to the Medrash, you could say, listen, the Medrash is not bound to every word in the Chumash, that because the Torah compares it to Kriyas Yamsuf. So we say that Chazal say, just like by Kriyas Yamsuf, they drown in the water. Same thing here, they drown in the water. But if you look at the words of the pasuk, there was no two miracles. Eshed HaNecholim Asher. Word Asher. Asher was is gekumen. Asher, it came from. Asher is not a separate thing; it's connecting. Eshed HaNecholim to Nishan L'Gvul Moav. That means that the liquid of the Necholim came from the place of Nishan L'Gvul Moav. So therefore Rashi didn't learn like the Medrash. Therefore Rashi learns only another shinui that Rashi has is in the Medrash it says Hela Misham Gulgolias Zeroyas Viraglayim. Rashi says Hela Misham Dam Ha'arugim Zeroyas Ve'ivorim. Why does Rashi have to say different? In the Medrash it says Hoysim Misham Gulgolias Zroyas, Raglayim, She'en Lam Cheke. And Rashi says, Hela Misham Dam, V'Zroyas Ve'ivorim. Everything is Rashi's B'diuk. It's not that Rashi misquotes a Medrash, because the Rashi wants to tell you something. According to that, we just said that the Eshed HaNecholim means, according to Rashi, Eshed HaNecholim means the liquids. And the liquid is the blood. According to Rashi, the word Eshed HaNecholim means the blood that's sitting in the Nachal. That the Nachal became full of blood, right? So, but it's also mistaber that the Eibishter how did they see the miracle? So Rashi says Zeroyas. They saw. How do you see the gvura of a person? From the Zeroya, you see the muscle. So you see if it's an Adam. The Eibishter wanted to be idea the Nisim. So he showed them the Zeroyas.
Strong guys.
The Zeroyas are hefty stuff. They showed them the big Zeroyas. And if they would only see Zeroya, that would be a nes b'toich nes. If the people, their bodies got crushed up, where's the rest of the body? Right. So why would the Eibishter make a nes b'toich nes for no reason? So therefore Rashi says Dam, which is Eshed HaNecholim. That's what the pasuk says. And then we want to say that there was that the Eibishter showed them the miracle. So the Rashi says of what? It was Zerois, because over there you see the muscles. And also then Rashi says Eivorim. Stam Eivorim, because that's if there was only Zerois, not Eivorim, it would be Modna.
Why does it call it?
Because Mehechi Taisi. The Medrash says, first of all, the Medrash says Ein Lam Cheke. Rashi says, how do we know in the pasuk? Ein Lam Cheke means you couldn't count it. Mehechi Taisi. Again, the Medrash wants to be maflid the Nisim for the Eibishter, to say that that there's you couldn't count. If you stood and count, you couldn't count. But Rashi says Mehechi Taisi. And Rashi says, why would it be important to say Dafka Gulgolius and Raglayim? And Rashi says Dam, which is Esher than Acholim, and also the Zroyas, and also the Eivorim, because Dam must have been that there was also Eivorim there.
We see the Rashi also want to say like Kriyas Yamsuf, what happened? They saw scared that the Jewish people, the Egyptian will come out. Whatever they did.
He showed them the gufim. Over here it wasn't, because they weren't scared. They didn't know even of the miracle. The only reason the Eibishter showed them is
what
Shitza was. They didn't know Bechlal. Over there, they were scared. They had to make a miracle for them not to be scared anymore. But here, it wasn't shaykh. Another shinu that
Also,
Rashi has.
here, in other words, they're saying there's a miracle that happened to us before we even know.
Right. I didn't even know. Another shinu is, the Rashi says that there's a mashal of a pass that you give to a tinuk, you have to be mediyah le'inoi. The Medrash doesn't say it. The Gemara says it in Shabbos, in the beginning of Otazoi, and the Gemara says that the Eibishter told Moshe Rabbeinu, I'm giving a good gift to the Yidden, Matana Toiva, and the whole thing the Gemara talks about Matana Toiva. If you give him a matana lechaver, tzarich lo'idiyah. If you give a matana to a friend, you have to be mediyah. And then another thing the Gemara says, a nice and paslo tinuk, tzarich lo'idiyah li'imo. You have to tell the mother. But Rashi, Rashi quotes one, and Dafka the one, the nice and pasla tinuk. First of all, over here wasn't pas; it was a big miracle. It wasn't a small thing. Second of all, where was the imoy here? It would be more if you Dafka have to say a moshe. It would make more sense to say a nice and matonas lo'chaver tzarich lo'idiyah. Yeah. And then, why do you not understand that you need a mashal? And the Medrash Taka doesn't say it. The Medrash doesn't say this mashal, and the Gemara doesn't say this mashal. The Gemara says nice and pass is the Gemara in Shabbos, like Abby Shabbos. Yeah, why did Rashi decide to bring this in?
No, where is he taking it?
Where did he take it from? Yeah. And then Takazoi, according to the Gemara and the Medrash, the Eibishter was never did a miracle to be Mediyah. According to the Gemara, like we learned the Gemara, there was Mr. S and Mr. Voiv, and they were walking in the back of the Machana. And they saw good, so that's one thing. So it wasn't a miracle. Mr. S and Voiv were walking beside the Machana, so they saw it. Good, Einzah. Then there is another thing. The Medrash says, and that the Yidden came to look for the bear medium with the bear that disappeared. So the Yidden started looking for the bear. And then it found all the blood on the Zeroz, Vayvorim, and Gulgolias. Okay. But according to Rashi, the Eibishter made a special miracle. Why would the Eibishter make it, and where did Rashi take it? The Eibishter made a special miracle. In other words, there were two miracles according to Rashi. One is the Ektzaminion, that they got killed. Another one is that the Be'er went and washed them up and brought them all around Machane Yisrael. That's a miracle. Water usually goes down, right? Here, it came up, Ali Be'er, the water came up, all brought up the blood and brought up the Yevodim and ran around Machane. This is Stam. I'm worried to this. So why? Why would they wish to make this miracle? Okay. So in order to understand this Rebbe Zadova Poshet, if you look in the Chumash, you look at all the Meforshim, there's the Ramban, the Eben Ezra, the Barbanel. Each one has a pshat. None of them bring the Medrash, because the Medrash is very far out. The Eben Ezra says that the Ramban says that this psukim are telling you exactly where the border was between Moiri and Moav. Why is it important to know? It gives you all these simonim. It's Anechonim Aleph, Eshed, Anecholim, Venishan, L'Gvul Moav. It's telling you exactly where the border is.
The border was.
Why is it important to know where the border is, where the water was? Why was it important to know where the border is? Because the Yidden know that they're allowed to take the land from a Moiri, they're not allowed to take the land from Moav. Right. So the Torah has to tell you exactly where it goes. This is Pshuta Shemikra, you know, Medrashim. Then the Ibn Ez has another pshat where the Yidden traveled. Pasha, where did the Yidden travel? So again, it's giving you a simon where the Yidden traveled, because the whole Hemshech over here is where they were traveling. So it's telling you exactly which river they traveled in. So it's a shaila where the border is. The shaila is where the Yidden traveled. It's all Pshuta Shemikra. Rashi usually learns Pshuta Shemikra, but here the Rashi picks up pshat which is 100% Medrash. It's like a Medrash. Agoda Meshev is Pshuta Shemikra. But why does Rashi pick a Medrash? If he wants to say a pshat, he could say the pshat in Pshuta Shemikra, like the Ibn Ezra, like the Ramban, like the Sefornoi, Elamai. There's something in the Pshuta Shemikra that tells you that here was a special miracle. Why? Because it's a Dava Poshet. In the whole Chamisha Chumshei Torah, we don't find that the Yidden should ever sing Oz Yosher besides 2 times. Kriyas Yamsuf and Nachle Arna. Now, child knows that Kriyas Yamsuf never was, never will be something so big of a miracle. And now Nachle Aryan was only the other time that the Yidden said Shira. It has to be something amazing. Couldn't be. The Torah just finished telling you the border between Moav and Amoiri and Oz Yosher. The Yidden traveled in a Nachal, Oz Yosher. Like, how could that make sense?
What's the miracle?
What happened here? My Kriyas Yamsov, Oz Yosher was a big thing. It was a huge miracle. Understand, Oz Yosher. But here, telling me the borders, Oz Yosher. You're telling me the Yidden traveled, Oz Yosher. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Therefore, Rashi says, "Namuzogen agoda meyasheves divrei hamikra." We have to have episode agodas Chazal. That there was something spectacular. It's not just in the words. Emes Taka. Rashi says, "Vohev besufa" means Yamsuf, but not from these words. If it was in these words, Sufa, he would find some other pshat in Pshuta Shemikra what Sufa could mean. Sufa could mean many things. Just because it says the word Sufa, it's not Machriach in Pshuta Shemikra, it means Yamsuf. It's the general story. The Torah tells us, Oz Yosher Moshe Bnei Yisrael by Yamsuf. And over here, Oz Yosher Yisrael.
What are they singing?
Amoyre de Keshira, twice in the whole Chumash. They must have Yidden had Nisim, they had the Be'er Shel Miriam, they had the Anani Yakovid, they had Man, they had the Melchamas Amalek, they had, what's noch given Nisim? 40 years of honors of Nisim. You think they didn't thank the Eibishter? Twice only there was Oz Yosher. There must be something spectacular here. So therefore Rashi says, Muzman dot Taichin Kemedrish Chazal. This is what Rashi calls Agoda Meyasheves Pshuta Shel Mikra. It's the Rashi's Mahalach in general is not only Pshuta Shel Mikra. Sometimes the Pshat Pasuk itself is Meramez that there is a Medrash here. The Pasuk itself is Meramez that there's something spectacular here. Because only twice in history did they say Oz Yosher, and this is the second one. Muzman Zogn, there was something spectacular, Bedoimet to Yamsuf. It's not the words, Vizvov Besufa. Rashi could find another pshat for Vizvov Besufa, just like Melchamas Hashem, Sefer Melchamas Hashem. You could say there was a Sefer, there was a book, like the Ibn Ezra says, they used to record the Melchamas. You could say many pshatim for the words.
The right to go far to the drush from the pshat?
Because Rashi's Mahalach was that if the Pasuk is Meramis, that there is an agoda here, that we go for the agoda. That's a pshat. Ani basim pshat shemikra, the agoda hamiyashev is divrei hamikra. Sometimes the mikra itself is meramis to me that I should look into the agoda. Elamai Rashi tries to pick the agoda in a way that will fit into the words of the pasuk.
But a 5-year-old is going to understand what the agoda.
It's a beautiful agoda. Yeah, it's a beautiful agoda. So Rashi says like this. What's Taka so special about Kriyas Yamsuf? Why Taka? Why is it the emes that only by Kriyas Yamsuf they sing? If you're going to tell me that it was Sakonas Navoshes, 40 years in the desert without food and drink is also Sakonas Navoshes. Why didn't they sing a shira for that? What are you going to tell me? That this was Anis L'mayla Mederach HaTeva L'gamri? What? That's the Be'er Shel Miriam is not L'mayla Mederach HaTeva. Yeah.
There is a difference.
Yeah.
Kriyas Yamsuf, the teva of the ocean had to change. The other things didn't change the teva.
Man, something that's Lachem Abirim.
It didn't exist before. It wasn't something that changed. It was a new thing. When I think the metric that Hashem created the ocean, so He made a certain mitzvahs, and it has to be like this. That's why the ocean, they protected to Hashem when Hashem wanted to split it. It said no.
The begodim growing on a person is totally not in the teva.
Where do you see? Marisha?
No, it's 40 years in the desert. They didn't change their clothing.
No, it just didn't care. The reason why they didn't, it was the same clothing they wore before. Why? Because that was the only thing they didn't protest.
So,
they wanted the
but Chazal say it grew with them, and Rashi brings it, and it grew with them.
But they didn't sing Oz Yosher there.
Maybe, okay.
So, and especially here there was what the Shabbos and here, what was the Shira, what was unique about these of Nachle Arnan and Kriyas Yamsuf together? The one thing that's incredibly unique about Nachal Arnan and Kriyas Yamsuf together is that there was a chidush. Usually, whenever there was a war, the Eibush to say, "V'hoya kashayorim Moshe yoda v'gava Yisrael." So the Yidden were winning, But the Eden had a war. They were fighting a war. They went against Midian. They fought a war. Take lo nifked mimenu ish. Not one. Never heard in the history of war that take lo nifked mimenu ish. But it was a war, and the Eibishter made that the Eden should win incredibly. But there was a war. What happened by Kriyas Yamsuf, and also similarly to by Nachal Aryan, that Hashem Yelochem Lachem V'Achem Atem Tacharishon. The Eden, and what was even bigger was the Nachal Aryan. What happened in Nachal Aryan, not only the Eibishter was Yelochem, they didn't even know there was a Sakona. By Kriyas Yamsuf, they knew there was a Sakona. So they at least davened to the Eibishter. But here they didn't even know they're in the Sakona.
They saw it after it.
They saw it after.
I love that one. So every body of water split, so the whole world was able to it, just like Matan Torah. But the other thing, only Eden saw it. The Goyim know about the mud, they know Hashem.
So you're saying there was a mile in Kriyas Yamsuf? Okay. So there was a certain mile in Kriyas Yamsuf? Okay, but there was also a mile here. Here the mile was that they didn't even know they were in Sakona. There was such a... by Nachle Arne. That here, it could have been a Rachmana Litzlan, it could have been, if it went the way the Goyim planned, they would have killed every single person. And now, the Eibishter made him such a nest, they didn't even know the Sakana was. Because the Eibishter was Maidia. Why was the Eibishter Maidia? So for this it says, Nasata pas latinik, you should be Maidia leinek. What's the pshat in the mashal? What's the mashal explaining? First, the pshat in the mashal is like this. Pas is something that a child must have to live. Pas adover achrochi. Pas is, you have to have pas to live. Who provides the basic needs of a child? The mother. The mother provides. So the derech is that if someone does the job of the mother, they're meidiyah to the mother. They're meidiyah to the mother. What happened over here? The derech klal, they didn't needed anything. They went to Moshe Rabbeinu. Even by Kriyas Yamsuf, Moshe Rabbeinu, the Eden went to him and he davened to the Eibishter. Here, they didn't even go to Moshe Rabbeinu. They didn't even know they were in Sakona. So over here, the Eibishter was Maidia Takele Imoy. It was firstly it's there mit the pas. Just like pas is something that a person can't live without pas. The mother is responsible. The same thing here. Moshe Rabbeinu is the Roya Neman of Klal Yisrael. He is responsible for the things that are essential for the past. The Montaka came as Chus Moshe. The thing which is essential for the Eden, for them to live, is the Roya Neman. Moshe Rabbeinu is responsible. So here, the Eibishter wanted to be Maidia that he did a nest which Pashat saved their entire life.
Who's the mother? The Eibishter's mother?
Here, Moshe Rabbeinu. Or a second shot, you could say, that the idea Le'imoy is that the Be'ed itself, is used to Miriam, the Be'ed Shel Miriam, was providing all.
The Be'er said, look at the Rashi. The Lashon from the Rashi, the Be'er told them.
Oh, so that's why the Rebbe says the second shot. That the Be'er Shel Miriam is similar to the Ein. It usually provides their basic needs and gives them water. What's the tachlis that you say that you have to be Maidia Le'imoy? One reason you could say it's important to be Maidia Le'imoy so the mother could tell the child, listen, Cham Yankel, you know that your uncle gave you pas that day when I wasn't around. You have to appreciate it. So you don't you give a kid pas and tell him, listen, Yankele, you would die. Tell me thank you. You don't say such a thing. A kid is hungry, you give him pas. You tell the mother that you gave the kid pas. The mother will teach the kids that they should not go back to Uncle Joe and tell him Yasher Koyach, right? So by being Maidia Le'ima, you're allowing the aim to be mechanech the child.
So it goes through the mother.
Yeah.
I think they doesn't the Gemara say here that it's lahar b'shalom Yisrael. That they should know that Mrs. Goldberg across the street gave him a jelly, supposed to smear some of the jelly on his face.
Oh, you should have to tell.
The Gemara says it's
I have to look again. It's in Shabbos of your base.
love each other.
Okay, this is Zalbazak.
Like that.
Okay, so this is the Zalbazak. So over here, the Be'er was Maidia Le'imoy. The Be'er, which is the Imoy, was Maidia to Klal Yisrael. The miracles that happened. Nochan Akudah.
In other words, if there was no Be'er, they would never saw the blood, they would never saw the
Right, so the Be'er, which is like Imoy, Yeah, they would never know.
You know,
The be'er, which right, they would never have a exactly. Another nekuda is we find that Rashi says Lagabi Oz Yoshir Moshe. Rashi says Oz Kisharo Anes Ola Beliba Shiyashishita. When the Eden saw the nest, it was such a wow that they automatically started saying Shira. So they have to see the nest. When a person, the Talmud tells you about a nest, it's
when
great.
you see it, it's
But when you see it, it's wow. So over here, if they heard from Mr. Voev and Mr. Sufa, or if they when looking, it's not the same. Here, that's why Rashi says that besides the nest of killing them, there was a nest that the water went upwards with the Dam and the Evorim and went all around Machne Yisrael.
Everybody saw it.
Now it was a raw nest, because if you just hear about a nest,
okay, yeah.
that's exciting. But Shita comes when a person sees a nest. They didn't see the nest. They didn't see the Sakona, didn't see the nest. It's all over now. So now the Eibishter made a second nest. The Eibishter, so one thing is Rashi's Moisef HaMoshel Pashat, understand why Taka is that. But a second Nakuda you could say that Rashi holds that there was a second nest because this allowed the Yidden to say Shira. If it was just happened that Mr. Avov and Mr. Sufa came along,
The result of the problem in Hala, because all the Hala was Hashem Kol Goyim Shapur Kol Open. That means the Goyim know of the potential disasters that they want to bring on Eden.
right? The Yidden don't know
They
it.
don't know. So this is Megala.
Exactly.
They need to come on to it, otherwise
Right.
they have a problem to deal with.
Yeah.
Maybe the
So-
word Bohem, people say, wow, wow. We didn't think it's wow, wow. We didn't think it's wow, wow.
Very good.
Bohem.
Very good.
Here it
Otherwise,
also
it makes no
says
sense.
Oz
Exactly.
Yoshir.
It's like, wow.
This
What's
also
it wow?
says the same lush. It's Oz Yoshir, lush is logo.
Very good. So the emes is that there sometimes is moedic miracles that happen to Klal Yisrael. The biggest miracle is when the Yidden don't even know the sakona and they don't even know the gewalt of what happened. These are the miracles we're hoping for before Mashiach Tzidkenu comes. I'm sure they're happening. That we're waiting that the Eibishter should be Moediyah, should do the second miracle. The first miracle is that there should be the Dam, Hamiroim, and the Zrois, and the Evorim, and the Golgotha. And then we should be Zoicha for the second miracle, that the Ali Be'er, we should be able to see it.
That's not any different. And Gemara says